everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm just going to give it about 1 minute to see who hops on, see who I'm talking to. Obviously, I know a lot of you catching the recording because you're at work. But if you're hopping on, just say hi. I know we have some very exciting announcements coming tomorrow. Lots of rank advancements that I've heard through the grapevine, which is really exciting. So this call couldn't have come in a better time, to be honest. So I'm just going to give it about 30 more seconds. Hop on, say hi if you're on. Let me hear you. Let me see who's on. Well, I just quickly chug my Energize, so just going to wait for a couple more people to pop on. If you guys are popping on, say hello. Let me know that you guys can hear me, and I'll just be getting energized. All right, going to get started in 10 more seconds. Just wanted to wait a little bit. Hi, Whitney. Thanks for saying hi. Okay, so today's topic is one that I hold very near and dear to my heart, and it's kind of an honor that I get to talk about it with you guys because it's something that has truly changed my life. And I love mentoring coaches. I love instilling leadership and instilling confidence to help my coaches really push their business forward. So this call is for everyone in this group. You guys are all pushing for diamond or above. Maybe you've already hit it. Maybe you're close to it. Maybe you're like an inch away. I want to know right now, for those of you guys that are on, comment below that you've already hit diamond during this group, or comment below when you will hit it. Obviously, it's either going to be tomorrow or the week after because that's when the cutoff is. But I want you guys to kind of do that to hold yourself accountable, and I want to see that in the chat. So first of all, you have to act like the coach that you want to become. So when I first started this business, it was this coaching thing. It was this extra thing that Jamie did. It was her sixth job. It was, just another one of Jamie's things. That's just exactly how I felt. That's how I treated it. And that's what reflected in my paychecks. It was more of a hobby income, more of a part-time income. Fast forward to now. I now make 5 figures every single week. What? That's freaking insane. If you would have asked me if I would have dreamt of making this kind of an income, I would have absolutely laughed in your face because being a virtual health coach, personal trainer, group fitness manager, turbo kick instructor, I made about 50 grand a year. And I was working 50 to 60 hours a week. My weekends started Saturday at 1 p.m. and the rest of the time was spent on coaching because that was the only time that I really had. That's the only opportunity that I had. So once I started treating this business like the $1 million business that it will be for me in a few months, which is crazy too, that's when everything started changing, and that's when everything started really spinning for me. So for you guys, the sooner you can realize that you can become a leader, that you have leadership potential, and the way that you start acting like one, the sooner you're going to see that leadership paycheck. You're going to start seeing that. So you have to act like the coach that you want to be. This means that you guys are all pushing for diamond in this group, okay? Diamond for me is when I tell my coaches, okay, you now officially have like a leadership role on the team, which is a really exciting moment. For me, I know that was like really exciting, and it was like, okay, I'm addicted to this feeling. What's next? What else can I do? This also means that you are now a diamond coach and you should be running your own team calls. Drops the mic, holy crap. You're like, no way, there's no way my coach does them. There's a team by to finish calls. I don't want to add another call, but guess what? Your coaches want to hear from you. And if you want to be a diamond coach, you need to start acting like that today. So get on your calendar, schedule a team call, even if it's a pop-up live call within your team page, but tell them when it is, tell them the topic you're covering, or get a guest speaker. Reach out to another coach on this team that you admire and ask them to return the favor for you, and you guys swap team calls for each other. It takes some of the pressure off. It brings in some new eyes, and it gets them excited, and your coach is excited because even though your coach is signed up with you, obviously you were who inspired them. You're the one that instilled that belief in you. They also look up to other coaches, which is totally fine. Know that your coaches will do half of what you do. So if you've been getting by with your business thus far by hitting Successful 5, recruiting 1 to 3 coaches a month, just know that you need to up the ante. That is not going to get you that leadership paycheck that you dream of, and that's not going to get you 5 figures a week in your paychecks. I will tell you that. You have to 10x everything, and you have to live with that mentality. That means sometimes you have to turn down different parties, different invites. Sometimes that means you have to go to bed earlier so that you can wake up super early before work. But it's you 10xing everything because your coaches will do half of that. So they're going to 5x the results. And that's also amazing. But that starts with you. You know, why not push for Success Club 10 every month? Why can't you help 5 people? I don't see why you can't. Why don't you choose to sign up 5 coaches a month? Why don't you really focus on that? Do a coach happy hour every single week. Create your vision board and use it to empower your coaches. Take the time to share with your coaches what you will be accomplishing this year. Share with them that you are going to be a part of something really big, that you want them to help you get there. Tell them that it's only possible with them, you know, with you hitting diamond. You can't do that alone unless you're controlling the 2 accounts. Of course, that would make you the 2 emeralds, that would make you diamond. But in terms of looking past that, you know, you go from you hit diamond, and then the next goal is 2-star. So it's like, you can't hit 2-star by yourself. Katie Rosary just did this herself because she was just like, you know what? I'm ready to be freaking 2-star diamond coach. I'm ready to push my business forward. And her second business center is not even a week old, and she already has multiple coaches underneath it. It's amazing. It's insane. But guess what? She created that momentum, and now she's 10xing her efforts so that her team will do half of what she does. Dream bigger. That's been one of my biggest I feel like that's been my biggest goal, is just living life this year, dreaming bigger. I've hit higher Success Club numbers than I have in a long time this year alone, more than ever. My highest used to be Success Club 25, and I was like, holy crap, that was a fluke. I don't even know how that happened. And now I'm sitting at SC 48. I haven't brought anyone on this last month because I'm like, the rest are for June. I don't want any more people. But I've really had to take the time to focus on my business hours. So that means when I'm doing my business, when I'm focused on my business, I don't have music playing in the background. I don't have Maverick grabbing my leg and me telling him no. I'm either all in mom mode or I'm all in boss lady. I was going to say something else, but I'll keep this PG. But you have to act like the coach that you want to become. For me, I see myself as a $1 million earner. I see myself as a 15-star diamond, as a top 10 coach. I want to do that, and I want to represent my team because I believe that my team is a top 10 team. But guess what? It's not a fun goal, and it's not going to happen unless I share that with my team and show them the steps that I'm doing to get there. I've recruited 18 coaches this month, and I have quite a few more ready to sign up. And guess what? They're going into June. And they're ready to go. But I seriously have never signed up 18 coaches in my life. I would say the max I've done is probably 10. But guess what? When you're confident about what you're doing and you take your time and your business hours very seriously and strategically, it is possible without feeling overwhelmed and being like, well, I just want to focus on the number. Okay, well, guess what? I want to help mentor a lot of people to do what I do so that I get to do life with people like them. That is what I'm addicted to, and that's what I love doing. I love sharing this opportunity to others. I love helping them create freedom, live a better life, and being able to do the things that we love every single day while empowering ourselves, making ourselves a priority. So for me, mentoring, you have to learn how to be a good mentor when you're working on leadership and when you want to be a good leader. Mentoring, you trial and error it. You see what works for you and your people. I have changed my process so many times, but the thing that I've helped succeed, or the reason why I've succeeded, is because I adapt it when it's no longer working. Sometimes my systems don't work anymore. Sometimes my onboarding process needs to be tweaked. What I've changed the last 2 months is with my new coaches, with bringing on so many of them. I put them in a group, got the idea from Carly, and we do a new coach call, which I got the idea from Sammy. So here I am implementing all my top coaches' stuff, what's going on with them, and taking what I want and trying it with my girls. And maybe it's a flop, who cares? But at least I tried something new. But guess what? My new coach call has been amazing. It's basically getting them started right. I'll just share with you guys. This is totally from my sister, but I'll share the topics that I share on the coach calls. I talk about the groups. I go through and tell them what every group is that I add them to, and holy crap, there's a lot, but turn the notifications off and be present when you go into the team pages and the groups. Like, even if it's once a day, be present. Don't just sit at work and scroll through your phone and be stressed out because, oh my gosh, there's so many notifications. Be smart with your business. Groups, Instagram bio, hashtags, Emerald, Miracle Mornings, Power Hour / Power Pockets, free groups talking about how we do that in our mentorship, as well as the number one focus is Success Club. So for me, I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to, think that my coaches are feeling like I'm icky if I talk about Success Club right away, because for me, if I would have known that in the beginning of my group, in the beginning of my career, I would have hit Success Club every month. But guess what? I didn't hit it till month 2.5. And that's when I finally hit Emerald. I should have hit Emerald on day 1. So my mentoring is one-on-one. I focus, especially with the coaches who are in the 4 to 6 coach range. That's when I'm texting them privately. Hey girl, how's it going? Where are we at? What are we doing? What are your goals? What do you want to do with this? And that is kind of like the sweet spot for when I see that someone really wants this, is once they get past the 4 to 6 coaches, which is most of you guys in this group. That's the hardest part, is getting 4 to 6 coaches. But for me, that's when I know I need to really hone in on that person, because they need me as their mentor to really step in and see how I can help them and see how I can better their business and help them figure out where they need a little bit more help. I also give this time to, they allow me to kind of share with them what I see that maybe they're struggling with. That's when I want to really help them and teach them what I think they could do better at. Because for me, anytime that Chelsea's ever told me anything, I know that I benefit her and that my business booms, which in turn makes her business boom. Then she would never tell me anything that would make my business suffer. There's no way. She loves me and she wants me to succeed. So for me, I think, okay, and I've only had a few coaches who've actually not really liked that. But guess what? That's what we talk about and we communicate with. A lot of times I'm like, how do you want me to push you? Do you like the one-on-one check-ins? Do you like me checking in with you every single day to see what you've done? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But ask them what they want. Show your coaches you're working. My coaches know what I'm doing all the freaking time. You're going to see me meeting up with a couple of my local diamond coaches at least once a week to work at the coffee shop or go take pictures. We have a little text message chat with my local diamond coaches here, and we check in with each other whenever we're working at a coffee shop, or when, a new opportunity that comes up, or just ways to brainstorm together. We have that going all the time. So for me, it's for my coaches that want the one-on-one time and they want more quality time with me, they will get their butts to diamond, because that's when the magic happens. That's when you're in the weekly coffee talks every Wednesday at 12 o'clock. And that's when this is going on right now. But that is what is motivating to a lot of my coaches, especially the ones that want the quality time. They're like, well, I don't live in Michigan. I can't meet up with you guys. But there's so many other ways that we are talking and, brainstorming together. But create your own momentum in this business. So it's up to you. It's your business. Your business is your business. And the sooner you really recognize that and own it and take that ownership into that, the better, because you can't rely on your coach to make you successful. As much as we would all love to make all of our coaches diamond and star diamond coaches, for one, that's against policy and procedure. But secondly, we have our own business to worry about. We have our own business to grow, and we have other coaches that are also yearning for our time and our affection and our mentorship. So it is very important that you show your coach what's up, and you show them that you're in the trenches working. And when you do get a coach cancellation, you don't get all bummed out about it. Oh my gosh, I'm just feeling so down, a coach canceled. Guys, I've had 3 diamonds. MIA, leave me. 3 diamond coaches. 3 diamond coaches have left me in this business. It freaking sucks. And actually there's 4 now that I think about it. 4 that have gone MIA. Some have canceled. Some are just chilling, not doing anything. And that is not my fault. That is not a reflection of me. Those girls were not fully invested in their why. So when you guys feel all bummed out that you have a coach quit, remember that Jamie had 4 diamonds go MIA, okay? And the first one that did that to me, I was so sad about it. What did I do wrong? All these things. And guess what? It's not me. It is not me. That coach was not deeply rooted in her why. She did not have a vision. She did not have a game plan. She thought that when you got to diamond, that was when you're going to be a 6-figure earner. Not necessarily. The goal is 2-star, okay? And you can make it happen that way. And you can build yourself up to make 5 figures a week. 5 figures a week, guys. My highest paycheck, I will share with you all. I don't typically share this in groups like these, but my highest paycheck has hit 3 times, and it's been 14 grand. 14 grand in a week. What? Holy shit. It is showing you guys, I tell you guys that not to brag, but to show you guys what is possible. That is why when you guys are this close to diamond and I'm pushing you and I'm like, girl, go, let's do this. Let's freaking do this together. It's because I want you there. I want you to see what this business does for you and the potential that you have to make it. I want you guys to believe in yourselves, but I can't always do that for you. Sometimes I want it more than my coaches, and that sucks, but that's going to happen. That's a part of this business. You're going to outwork a lot of your team. But guess what? Keep in mind that Jamie Innes, someone that you guys personally know, has made that much money. Okay, so someone that you know, it is possible. And I have quite a few of my leaders in this group that are running this group with me that make a lot of money as well, making $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and $6,000 a week. What would you do with that kind of money? What would you guys do? Because that to me was life-changing. I was making about $1,200 every 2 weeks. And that was also me feeling like a slave to many people. And it was very stressful. Now I don't have that, and I have more freedom than ever because I am very passionate and consistent and smart about my business time. My business time is my business time. I've already communicated with Steve. We work together. If you guys don't know, my husband and I are completely business partners. When I was 6 months pregnant, I brought him home from his corporate job because his business was replacing his salary that he was making, and his job was completely draining, hated it, not in a good space. And I can't even imagine we were talking about that this morning. Like, what would it be like if he got home at 5:30, he went to work, left the house at 6:30, got home at 5:30, which he would have. Matt goes to bed at 6:30. He'd get an hour spent with him, and then he would go back to work again. Like, I get that that's real life, but Steve and I work our business together, and it's just like, to be able to do this with him and to have the freedom that we do have to communicate a lot. Same thing if you have a significant other who maybe doesn't quite understand this business yet, you need to have a sit-down conversation with him or her and tell them that you need time to work your business. You need specific uninterrupted time. That does not mean your baby's around you. Trust me, I love my son, but guess what? I'm such a better mom when I pay for a nanny to watch him, or the babysitter, the mom and grandma, my Gigi and my mother-in-law and my mom to watch him. My work is so much better than me trying to multitask, holding him, kissing him, responding to a message. Guess what? I half-assed the message. I half-assed being a mom. And I get it. Not everybody can afford a nanny. That's not what I'm saying to do. But I'm saying that when your husband is home, even if you can get an hour of uninterrupted time to go work your business and work on the stuff that's the hardest for you, meaning reach outs and follow-ups, I would say for most people, those are the two hardest things. For me, it's still the hardest thing because it's what takes the most work. Do that. Get up earlier. Do a miracle morning at 4 freaking a.m. Amy Rada and Samantha Ioha, that's what they did to make this a full-time job for themselves. They woke up at 4 a.m. and started their day because that was their only opportunity. That was their only opportunity to do that. And at night, it would be extra, or that was time for team calls. But guess what? They didn't make excuses for themselves. They showed their team what was possible, and now they're both full-time with coaching. Spend time with your local leaders. If you have coaches that are emerald or above, or they're pushing for diamond, spend as much time with them as you can, because guess what? Now you're posting on social media that 1, coaching is real. 2, you have coaches. So you actually have a team. And 3, that empowers those coaches to have social media content for you to help them, for you to brainstorm, mastermind. I love quality time. It's one of my top ranked love languages, especially with my girls. And so for me to be able to meet with them once a week, just to bounce ideas off each other and have some girl time and talk and, talk about what we're doing or what we're struggling with, like, it's amazing. That's what I always wanted. That's what I always dreamt of, was having coffee and being able to work at a coffee shop like that. And so that's when we share that all the time. So I also believe that retreats are a must. So if you're pushing for diamond, your vision is becoming a diamond coach. That means you need to act like a diamond coach. So I want to know, if anyone on this call, do you guys have any retreats scheduled for this year? If so, comment below when the dates are and who it is. Is it for your emerald coaches? Is it for any coach? Is it for diamond coaches? I want to hear, even if you're a coach of mine that's running this group, I want to see in the comments. But retreats are a must. My first ever retreat was all my coaches. It was a small team. I think there was probably about 15 of us. Some girls flew in, some drove in, and we just hung out at my parents' house at Lake Michigan. It was when they were redoing the house, so it was kind of like camping style. Like, some girls even slept on cots. I got them little bags of some little prizes, spent the most money on the food. Didn't even invest that much, but it was that quality time and that time spent together that was amazing. The next year after that, I had 2 diamond coaches, Heather Bernard and Samantha Ioha. I had them come to my house for a weekend. So Heather did a little skip across the neighborhood, and Sam drove in, and we did a photo shoot that I paid for. I took them out for meals that I paid for. I got them a Lululemon outfit. We picked out some Nikes. And I think for that, I spent $1,200 for the whole weekend. So that was when I had 2 diamond coaches. But you always want to have coaches that are pushing, and every year it's going to be a little bit more. This year is finally the year that we get to do like my dream retreat. But guess what? That's also 5 years in. So don't feel like you see this Utah, we call it our mansion in the mountains, our Utah trip and being like, oh my gosh, I can't afford that. Because guess what? That took us 5 years to be able to afford and reward our leaders with that. But it also gives your people stuff to push for. I highly recommend using retreats to have a certain amount of Success Club, months in Success Club for the trip, or you must be an active emerald by this date. You cannot, in policy and procedure, you cannot say that you must keep your diamond for this amount of time. They have to be diamond or emerald on a certain date. So you can't hold it to go through a qualification period. So what we did, also keep in mind that this is 5 years in. So this is, like I said, we are putting a lot more money into it, and the qualifications were more tough. So they had hit Success Club in February, March, April, May. June. Yeah, in May. So this is the last month of Success Club. So 4 months in Success Club. They had to be a new diamond coach since last retreat, which was in Grand Haven, or they had to achieve a new Star Diamond rank since last retreat. So the group is amazing. There's still a lot of girls, or be a new diamond by June 14th. So I still have quite a few spots. I think I have 5 more girls pushing for it that haven't qualified yet. But it's been really exciting, and the house that we rented is really incredible, and just the trip itself is really incredible. But it gives our team something to look for, and it's been some of the biggest months for some of our coaches who really made the biggest push to make this year their biggest year. But they look forward to these retreats. They look forward to these trips. So even just know that if you can have your coaches at your house for a weekend, which is free. You can just pay for the food, maybe get them some gifts. I always try to honor all love languages for trips. So I like to do gifts, words of affirmation, quality time, obviously physical touch because you're with each other all the time, but it's just an awesome time for girl time, but also like it's a great time to get them a photographer. So your coaches that haven't gotten a photo shoot yet, look forward to their first set of headshots. And for me, like headshots are the most money worthy investment. And plus those are all write-offs that you need for your trip. So they're all business expenses. So if you haven't had a retreat yet, I strongly urge you guys to act like the diamond coach that you want to be and get something on your calendar, even if it's just for emeralds. But do something and let it be your first ever retreat, because some coaches who feel like, I've spoke on leadership for quite a few team calls lately, and I feel like a lot of people are like, I just don't have the team culture that your team does. But it's like, guess what? They're not putting back into their team. For me, I have heavily invested in rewards and recognition for my team since I've been a coach from the beginning, because I love giving gifts. Receiving them, I love them, I appreciate them. It's not one of my top ranked love languages, but when I give someone a gift, I feel really good and it makes me really happy inside. So that is kind of how the whole Team Fight to Finish Tiffany necklace kind of became a tradition, which is awesome, because I chose to do it because I had never had anything from Tiffany's, and I'm like, that would be a badass present. And so many coaches in the network are like, a Tiffany's necklace is only a gift for a Star Diamond coach, and maybe that's your thing. That's fine. But for me, I think a leader is when someone hits diamond, and they freaking deserve that because they busted ass to get there. So it's just been kind of cool to see that trickle down to some of the downline as well. But for me, the investments pay me back tenfold. Even when the first couple Tiffany necklaces, I was like, oh my gosh, these are kind of expensive. It paid me out tenfold, and my girls freaking deserve that. They work really hard. It's an investment that pays yourself out. Also, to becoming a leader, create the coach family feel immediately. So make your own team page if you don't already. Everyone in this group should have a team page, even if you only have 2 active coaches. You should create a team page. You should be posting it now, because guess what? When you get that rock star that comes in, that unicorn from out of nowhere, they're going to want to soak up everything you have to offer. And if you put them in a team page that's nothing, they're going to be like, oh, I don't know about this anymore. But if they come into a team page where you have yourself going live and you have a little training document, you have recommended PD as a document, you have some PDFs that you created, you have some videos of some trainings, that you feel like are really great, they're going to be stoked. And especially as a newer baby team, you guys should definitely be doing Success Club incentives. Now, my coaches who are leaders, they're just like, Success Club's no longer a goal of mine, because I know that I just need to do it. But especially for those new coaches, like, they need to know that that should be a non-negotiable. So for me, like, especially in the beginning, I would do it like maybe every other month, and they were like very inexpensive gifts, but it was still something. You could even send out a handwritten card for all your coaches hitting Success Club. I'm not saying you have to spend tons of money, because I know we don't all have that in the beginning, but it might be something to work up to, because your coaches are going to really appreciate that, especially those that are gifts, recognition driven. I also encourage growth among my leaders. That's why I ask amazing coaches to speak for Team Fight to Finish. You guys don't see me speak every single week, because you get sick of me. But I also want to show the leadership among the team and showcase these coaches who are doing something really great that everyone needs to learn from. So ask your coaches to go in your team pages. If you guys have business builder pages, ask your top coaches to say, like, recently I just had my coach Shelly, she signed up 6 coaches in her first 2 weeks of coaching. I'm like, girl, go share that in our business builder page about what you did. And so it's just really cool to see a fresh face give all this feedback and information that others might resonate more with her than if I said it, or if Sammy said it. Like, they're going to resonate with her, they're going to resonate with the newer coach. So you have to always know that your coaches might not learn the first time they hear something. It might take them a while. So that's why it's great to have different avenues. So help your coaches get results. And be their friend. They signed up with you for a reason. They signed up with you because they love you. They need to have you pushing them as a coach as well. You need to get them results. You will not be a leader on this team if you do not have results. I'm just going to say that. All of my leaders have gotten results. And I'm not saying you need to have a huge weight loss transformation. I'm saying that you can showcase your arm growth from a program, or maybe your legs have changed, or maybe your face is a lot less full than it used to be back in your party days. I know I shared a transformation like that before when that's all I had. I didn't have a huge body transformation until after having my son. But really just, get behind the scenes and get to know your coaches and be their friend, because that's going to motivate them the most. I also want you guys to know that it is not selfish to want to be successful. It is exciting. It is empowering. Most of my coaches, I would say, are incredibly motivated when I share with them what I'm going to do and my vision, because they're like, holy shit, I know I'm next in line to be at that spot in my business, or to be able to think of that kind of thing as a goal, or to push for that. Specifically, if your goal is to be elite, that is an amazing goal, and you cannot do it alone. So share that with your team sooner rather than later. And guess what? Once you're an elite coach, your next goal is to get more coaches of yours as elite coaches, which is just like the most amazing feeling in the world. I can't even tell you guys that enough, because that's just what feels the best to me. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment them below. And I know that most of you guys are not recording. I just talked for 30 minutes. Whoa. Anyways, if you guys have questions, I'll hang on for about a minute, and then I'll hop off if there's no questions. Gonna take a little boomerang while I'm at it, I guess. And always share what you're doing with coaching. Like, you guys should all be sharing right now with you guys being on the live feed. You should be sharing you being on a training call, learning how to be a better leader. You should be sharing that, because people are gonna be like, wait, what are you talking about? All right, just gonna smile to myself. Cheers. LOL. Okay. There's no questions, so I hope you guys are having a great day. Cannot wait for more Rank Commando posts tomorrow. I have one. can't wait to shout her out. And I cannot wait to see how many more new diamonds that we go through. One question that just popped up: what's your schedule with your husband during the day? So he does a lot of calls for coaches. He works with my leaders. So that's pretty much what he spends the most of his time doing. I am the face of our business. I am what does the reach outs, the follow-ups. I'm the one that brings in the coaches, and he works with them once I'm like, okay, she's ready to be pushed. And like I said, that's kind of like when they get to the five or six coach range is when I have them kind of start working with Steve. But for us, I wake up every day, 5:45. I get downstairs, do my miracle morning. I usually do about an hour of work as far as like recognition posts, payday reports, top recruiter, that kind of stuff while I'm drinking my Energize. Then I do my workout. He gets up with Mav. They come down and say hi to me. And then once I'm done, I make my recover. And then Steve comes down to do his workout. Wednesday and Thursday, or Nanny always comes 9 to 3. And then the other days, we're kind of just figuring out who's doing what. But usually twice a week, I go to a coffee shop to work just because I need a new environment. And I'm just, once I've hit my goals with Success Club, I always try to hit by the 5th. And lately it's been hitting it by the 1st or the 2nd, just because I have the whole month planned the month prior. And I'm reaching out to so many people. But that's when I spend the time doing more training videos. That's the time when I spend more time really mentoring and pouring into my coaches who are close to diamond or close to a new rank. But really being able to just push them, whatever. And obviously making sure that I'm posting consistently throughout the day. Do you still recruit new coaches at your level, or do people come to you? I get a lot of people that come to me, I'll be honest, but I also recruit quite a few new coaches. Many of you guys know who Paige McWhorter is. She is Pretty Girl Paige, or PGP Apparel. She made all of our summit stuff and a lot of our team clothes as well. She is someone that I asked to sign up for 3 years, and she's finally signed up. And she became one of my quickest ever diamond coaches. And now she's working on 1 and 2 star qualifying, really close. So that's really exciting. But I literally got turned down from her for 3 years. So that was really funny. Amy Rada as well turned me down 3 times. And so I am always recruiting people, because for me, if they're not a coach on my team now, they will be at some point. But I just kind of keep the conversation going and just become friends with them in the meantime. When you are first recruiting new coaches and fairly new myself, is there a generic file somewhere or a tip where to make a document for them to get all the information they need to know to kickstart the business as well with one-to-one? So my coaches, I just kind of teach them to implement what I did with them. Basically like teaching your new coaches what you wish you would have known from the get-go. So we talk about branding, social media platforms. I do a free group with them, so we're inviting right from the get-go. I actually did a national wake-up call on my onboarding process, so Crystal, definitely take a chance to go listen to that. If you just type into Google Jamie Innes national wake-up call, I think it pops up on the file, but I share that a lot more in depth over there. But pretty much we do everything through Voxer and also the Facebook group now. And I just group my girls into either hobby coaches or business builders, and the business builder mentorship always runs a little bit faster with a little bit more assignments, quicker paced. So anyways, thank you guys so much for being on. It was awesome having you guys on live. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and cheers to your Energize. Also, Energize seriously helps you get through lots of follow-ups and emails. So just a little tip. Love you all.